Have you ever sat at home, watching a travel show or scrolling through photos of beautiful places and thought to yourself, I wish I could go there? But not alone. You're not the only one. That little voice of doubt sneaks in. Am I too old to travel solo? What if something goes wrong? But here's the truth. You are not too old, and solo travel after 60 can be one of the most freeing, joyful adventures of your life. The world doesn't shrink as we get older. In fact, with a little planning and the right mindset, it can open up in surprising and beautiful ways. Whether it's walking the cobblestone streets of Charleston, sipping wine under California's sun-drenched vineyards, or simply enjoying a quiet morning by the ocean, these experiences are waiting, and you don't need a travel partner to enjoy them. In this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to travel alone after 60, not just safely, but joyfully. We'll cover how to pick senior-friendly destinations, smart ways to prepare, how to stay safe while still having fun, and how to enjoy every moment even when it's just you and your thoughts. Real stories, helpful tools, and simple steps will be your compass. If that sounds like the kind of journey you're ready for, take a second to like this video and subscribe to Vibrant Elders. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one place you've always wanted to visit, just for yourself? Now, if you're ready to pack a little courage alongside your suitcase, let's begin with one of the most important things. Number 1, planning your trip the smart way. Every great adventure starts with a little planning, and when you're traveling solo, especially after 60, that planning becomes your best travel companion. It's not about creating a rigid schedule down to the minute, but giving yourself the freedom to relax because you've already thought through the details. So picture this. You've just decided you're ready to take a solo trip. Now what? The first step is choosing where to go. And no, it doesn't have to be halfway around the world unless you want it to be. Some of the most enriching destinations are right here in the US, cities like Asheville, North Carolina with its artsy downtown and stunning mountain views, or Santa Fe, New Mexico with its unique mix of culture, food, and charm. If you're drawn to the coast, Monterey or Savannah might be just the peaceful escape you need. The goal is to pick a place that excites you, but also feels manageable. Start by researching destinations that are known for being senior-friendly. Check online reviews, blogs, or websites like AARP Travel or Road Scholar. These platforms often highlight destinations with accessible transportation, low crime rates, and plenty of things to enjoy at a slower, more thoughtful pace. A simple Google search with best travel destinations for seniors in the USA will give you plenty of inspiration to start with. Once you've picked your destination, it's time to dive into accommodations. Look for places that are not only highly rated, but also cater to older adults. Check for reviews that mention quiet rooms, elevator access, or helpful front desk staff. Sites like TripAdvisor allow you to filter by amenities and even read reviews from travelers your age. One viewer, Marge, 72, told us how she found a charming bed and breakfast in Nantucket just by searching for quiet senior-friendly stays with elevator and reading reviews from guests in her age group. That tiny detail, an elevator, made all the difference in her comfort. And don't forget accessibility features if you need them. More hotels now list whether they have walk-in showers, first-floor rooms, or grab bars in the bathroom. If it's not listed, don't be shy, call and ask. Staff are often happy to accommodate when they know what you need. Another crucial part of smart planning is staying updated on health and safety advisories. While most areas are back to normal, it's still wise to check the CDC's website for any destination-specific health alerts or vaccine recommendations, especially if you're traveling out of state or internationally. Registering your trip with the U.S. State Department's STEP program, Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, is also a smart move. It's free and helps the local embassy know where you are in case of an emergency. Apps and technology can make this even easier. Download TripAdvisor for reviews and hidden gems. Use Google Maps to walk the area virtually before you go. And check out platforms like Rome to Rio or Citymapper for figuring out how to get around once you're there. It might sound a little tech-heavy, but these tools are more intuitive than you think, and they give you confidence when navigating unfamiliar places. Now let's talk about timing. Traveling during off-peak seasons, like early spring or mid-fall, can help you avoid crowds and enjoy better prices. The weather tends to be milder, too, which makes everything from sightseeing to strolling a lot more pleasant. For example, Visiting Charleston in April gives you azaleas in bloom without the summer humidity. Before you leave, print out key documents like hotel confirmations, your itinerary, and a list of emergency contacts. Keep a digital copy on your phone and a hard copy in your bag. It's not being paranoid, it's being prepared. A well-packed travel folder can be a huge comfort when you're navigating new spaces alone. Planning also includes thinking through what kind of trip you want. Do you want to relax by the beach or learn something new like watercolor painting in a mountain town? Maybe it's a little of both. Ask yourself what would make this trip feel meaningful, not just scenic, but special to you. That clarity will help guide every choice you make. And finally, build in wiggle room. Solo travel after 60 should feel like freedom, not a checklist. If you plan 2 activities a day instead of 5, you leave room for spontaneity, a surprise farmer's market, an unexpected conversation, or a quiet hour by the lake. Those are the moments that stay with you. So before you even zip up your suitcase, take the time to plan well. Choose a place that feels safe and soulful. Book a stay that supports your needs. Learn a little about where you're going. Because once those pieces are in place, all that's left is to step into the adventure and savor every minute of it. Next up, we'll look at something just as important: how to stay safe and confident every step of the way. Number 2, safety first, in transit and on the ground. So now you've got your destination picked out, your lodging all set, and maybe even a few activities circled in your travel notebook. But before you hop on that plane or start packing your carry-on, let's talk about something that gives solo travelers, especially over 60, the confidence to truly enjoy their trip: staying safe. Imagine yourself just stepping off a plane. You're in a new city, excited, but everything's unfamiliar. That's when the small things you packed and the habits you've built beforehand really start to matter. Safety doesn't have to feel like fear. It can actually be part of your peace of mind, knowing you've thought ahead. Start with how you pack. Make sure you have all your essential medications in your carry-on, not your checked bag. Keep them in original labeled containers, along with a simple medication list. Include a copy of your ID and insurance card, and keep a second set tucked safely in another bag just in case. Add a printed list of emergency contacts too, including a family member and your doctor. Now here's a little tip many forget: a MedAlert bracelet. These days, they come in stylish options, and they can quietly speak for you if something unexpected happens. A friend of mine, Sandra, wears one with her allergies and emergency contact info engraved. She says it gives her peace of mind whether she's at a museum or on a group tour. As for tech, don't forget your phone charger and a portable battery pack. You never want to be in an unfamiliar place with a dead phone. And speaking of your phone, learn how to share your live location with someone you trust. On both iPhone and Android, you can share your whereabouts in real time. A simple tap gives your loved one a sense of where you are. Bill, 68, swears by this when using Uber or Lyft. His daughter back home sees that he's safe and headed to the right place. If ride shares make you nervous, don't worry. They can be safe if you take a few precautions. Always double-check the license plate and driver's name before getting in. If something doesn't feel right, cancel the ride and wait for another. Trust your gut. It's gotten you this far in life for a reason. Now let's talk about being out and about. When exploring, stick to well-lit areas, especially in the evening. Try to arrive at your lodging before dark, or plan your dinner in a neighborhood known to be safe and walkable. Don't wear flashy jewelry or carry large amounts of cash. A small crossbody bag with a zipper, worn close to your body, works wonders. One small but mighty habit: carry a reusable water bottle and snacks like nuts or protein bars. Hunger or dehydration can sneak up on you and make you more vulnerable. Plus, having your own water saves you from relying on convenience stores or kiosks in unfamiliar places. If you feel unsure about walking alone or navigating public transport, look into guided walking tours. They're not just for tourists. They're also a fantastic way to stay in safe, group settings. Many cities have tours tailored to seniors, often through historical societies or museums. Linda, a retired teacher from Iowa, took a daytime ghost tour in Savannah and said it was the best part of her whole trip: fun, informative, and safe. Now here's something else that's often overlooked: travel insurance. If you've never considered it before, this might be the time. Some plans include emergency medical evacuation, which can be especially important if you're heading somewhere rural or overseas. Even domestic travel coverage can help with trip interruptions, lost luggage, or hotel snafus. You may be surprised how many plans are senior-friendly and cost-effective. Lastly, take a few minutes before each travel day to review your itinerary and surroundings. Where are you going? How will you get there? Do you know the address of your hotel in case you need help finding it? These simple mental check-ins can ground you and help you move through your trip with calm and confidence. Traveling alone after 60 doesn't mean traveling unprepared. It means moving through the world with the wisdom of your years and the tools to make the most of your freedom. Safety isn't about worrying. It's about honoring your independence by protecting it. Next, we'll explore how to connect with the places you visit. Not just see them, but really feel like you belong there, even if just for a few days. Number 3, blend into local culture. You know, one of the most beautiful things about traveling alone, especially after 60, is how the world seems to open up in quieter, more meaningful ways. Without the distractions of a packed itinerary or group obligations, you begin to notice little things. The warm smile of a baker as you walk into their shop. The way people in a different town say hello with a certain twang or gesture. The soft rhythm of a neighborhood waking up while you sip your morning coffee. Solo travel isn't just about seeing places. It's about slipping into the life of a place, even just a little. And you don't need to be an extrovert or fluent in another language to do it. You just need curiosity and a few thoughtful ways to blend in. Start with the simplest one, learning a few local phrases or understanding the cultural rhythm of where you're going. If you're heading somewhere in the US, this might mean brushing up on regional lingo. In the South, for example, people often say ma'am and sir. It's not formality, it's warmth. In the Midwest, don't be surprised if a stranger strikes up a full conversation at the grocery store. And in coastal towns like Santa Barbara or Charleston, there's often a slower pace that invites lingering over meals or long chats with shopkeepers. But if your travels take you abroad, even better. You don't have to become fluent, but just learning how to say hello, please, and thank you in the local language makes a world of difference. Locals appreciate the effort, and it often opens doors. A woman I met, Janice, 69, visited Italy last fall. She learned just enough Italian to say, buongiorno, un cappuccino per favor. The barista beamed, chatted with her, and by the third morning, had her order ready before she even spoke. That tiny phrase made her feel like part of the neighborhood, not just a tourist passing through. Another gentle way to connect is through small group activities. Look for walking tours with a cultural or historical focus. Many cities offer ones designed for older adults, slower paced, with lots of seating breaks and plenty of storytelling. These are gold mines for both learning and meeting people, and they give you an anchor in a new place, a sense of belonging, even if just for an hour or two. Websites like meetup.com can also be surprisingly helpful. They often list interest-based gatherings. Think photography walks, book clubs, or foodie meetups. If that feels too out there, just look for local senior centers or libraries. Many have open events where visitors are welcome, and these places can offer a rare look into the heart of the community. And here's a fun idea: dine like a local. Instead of sitting alone at a big table for two, choose a counter seat or a communal table when available. You'd be amazed how many friendly chats happen over a shared plate of tapas or a good glass of wine. Food tours are another gem. Small groups walking from one eatery to another, tasting local specialties, and bonding over bites. A retired nurse I know, Martha, went on a gumbo tasting tour in New Orleans. She ended up swapping recipes with a chef and even got invited to a jazz show that night. Blending in also means observing. Watch how people dress, especially in houses of worship, markets, or formal places, and mirror it with your own comfort. In some cultures, modesty is a sign of respect. In others, bright colors or casual wear just fine. It's not about losing yourself. It's about honoring where you are. Now, if the thought of starting a conversation with strangers makes you nervous, remember, smiles and kindness are universal. Ask a question. Compliment someone's scarf or dog. Offer to take a photo of a couple struggling with a selfie. These small gestures spark connection and sometimes lasting memories. And if you ever feel a little lonely, which can happen to anyone, solo traveler or not, just remind yourself, this isn't about filling silence. It's about experiencing the beauty of a place in your own rhythm. There's something incredibly powerful about sitting alone in a bustling cafe, writing a postcard, or journaling, and feeling fully part of the world around you. So whether you're chatting with locals, joining a walking group, or simply saying thank you in another language, you're not just passing through, you're participating. And that can make all the difference. Coming up next, we'll look at how to balance comfort and budget, making sure you travel smart without giving up the joy. Number 4, managing budget and comfort. You don't have to sleep in a hostel or skip meals to travel affordably. And you certainly don't have to book 5-star hotels to feel safe and well cared for. After 60, the sweet spot in travel often comes from knowing how to stretch your dollar and your comfort without sacrificing either. It begins before you even leave home, right when you start planning. Instead of focusing on just the big, flashy destinations, take a look at places that are known for being senior-friendly and budget-conscious. Cities like Savannah, Santa Fe, or Portland often offer senior discounts for museums, public transport, and even city tours. AARP and AAA memberships aren't just cards in your wallet. They're little gold mines of savings when used wisely. For instance, did you know Amtrak offers a 15% discount for travelers over 60? That can mean a scenic train ride from Chicago to Denver without breaking the bank and without airport headaches. When choosing where to stay, comfort doesn't have to mean expensive. Boutique inns or B&Bs often provide more personalized service than large hotels, and many will throw in perks like home-cooked breakfast or afternoon tea. A friend of mine, Sam, 66, booked a midweek stay in a cozy Vermont inn and found out they offered senior sunrise specials, a 20% discount for guests who booked directly and mentioned their age. It's always worth asking. Many deals aren't listed online, but are happily offered if you call or email. And speaking of planning ahead, book early. The earlier you reserve transportation, tours, and accommodations, the better chance you have of locking in affordable rates and better rooms. Think ground floor with no stairs or rooms close to the elevator. When it comes to meals, eating well while saving is easier than it seems. Many restaurants have early bird specials that cater to locals and retirees. These menus are often the same quality as the main dinner menu, just served earlier and with friendlier prices. Plus, dining out a little earlier gives you more time to wind down and reflect on your day. One woman I met in Santa Barbara said her favorite solo travel ritual was to find a corner cafe by 4:30, order the day's special, and journal while people watching. No crowds, no noise, just peace and a good plate of salmon. Now, let's talk transit. Public transportation in many cities is reliable and inexpensive, and seniors often ride for reduced fares. Look into senior metro passes, shuttle discounts, or even rideshare coupon codes. GasBuddy is a handy app that finds the cheapest gas near you if you're driving, and apps like Lyft or Uber can help you avoid expensive parking fees. Another thing to consider is your mobile payment setup. Make sure your bank knows you're traveling. It prevents your card from being frozen unexpectedly. Using a credit card with fraud protection and a chip is much safer than carrying lots of cash. And if you're traveling abroad, find out if your card charges foreign transaction fees. Some cards waive them entirely. Comfort also means taking care of your body while on the go. Keep water with you. Many airports now have refill stations. Pack protein-rich snacks like almonds, granola bars, or dried fruit. Flights or long drives can be tiring, so give your body what it needs. I always recommend packing a small comfort pouch, earplugs, a soft eye mask, lip balm, a travel-size lotion, and a cozy pair of socks. It's your little wellness kit, because even a $40 motel room can feel like a spa retreat with the right touches. And finally, travel insurance. It's not just for overseas trips. Look into plans that cover cancellations, lost luggage, and medical care. Many policies are senior-specific and include emergency evacuation coverage. Peace of mind is worth a few extra dollars, especially when you're on your own. In the end, traveling after 60 is about honoring the journey, not just the destination. It means choosing joy without overspending and comfort without guilt. You've earned that freedom, and it doesn't have to come with a hefty price tag. Next up, we'll talk about something even more important than saving money: how to savor those quiet, joyful moments on your own and turn solo time into a truly soul-nourishing adventure. Number 5. Embrace mindful solo joy. Picture this. It's just after sunrise. You're sitting outside your Airbnb cabin in the Smoky Mountains with a fresh cup of coffee in hand. The morning mist is rolling over the hills, and the only sound is birdsong. You're alone, but it doesn't feel lonely. It feels like a gift. Traveling solo after 60 isn't just about the logistics of getting from point A to B. It's about learning how to be fully present with yourself, how to turn quiet moments into meaningful ones. That's what this part of your journey is all about. Discovering that solitude can be not just peaceful, but joyful. One of the simplest ways to tap into that is journaling. You don't need to write a novel. Just a few lines each day, what you saw, how you felt, what surprised you. Carry a small notebook or use a notes app on your phone. A retired teacher I met in Oregon told me she writes a 3-sentence travel haiku each day. One about what she saw, one about something she heard, and one about something she felt. That's it. And it became a treasured part of her morning ritual. Or maybe words aren't your thing. That's okay. Try sketching instead. Bring a pocket-sized pad and pencil. Even simple doodles or color blocks can capture a moment in ways a photo sometimes can't. Creative activities like this don't just fill time, they make you notice your surroundings more deeply. The texture of an old brick wall, the curve of a tree branch, the smell of garlic drifting out of a cafe kitchen. Suddenly, your solo walk becomes a feast for the senses. Now, while solo time is precious, it doesn't mean isolating yourself. The beauty of traveling alone is you get to choose your moments of connection. One trick that works wonders? Sit at the bar or counter when dining out. It naturally invites conversation from the server, from the person next to you, even from the chef if it's that kind of place. Or book a walking tour with a small group. Not only do you learn something new, but you often meet fellow curious souls along the way. A woman I met in New Orleans took a French Quarter ghost tour solo, ended up chatting with a retired couple from Texas, and they ended up grabbing beignet together afterward. Instant community. And here's a sweet trick. Start a daily connection ritual. Maybe it's a quick phone call to your kids in the evening, or texting a photo to your grandkids each day, or even sending a digital postcard through an app like TouchNote. These small acts remind you that you're still connected, even while you're carving out space for yourself. Technology can help keep those ties strong, too. Set up location sharing with someone you trust, not because you're worried, but so you feel supported. Knowing your sister or best friend can see where you are while you're on that ferry to Martha's Vineyard adds just a little more peace of mind. And let's talk photos. It's easy to fall into the habit of just snapping quick selfies or tourist shots. But if you travel solo, challenge yourself to take slower, more meaningful pictures. Set your phone on a tiny tripod with a remote. Capture yourself reading on a park bench, smiling at a plate of something delicious, laughing under an umbrella in the rain. You're not just recording scenery, you're telling the story of your own courage and joy. Finally, don't forget to pause. Not just at landmarks, but in the in-between. The coffee you sip in silence. The stranger who smiles at you. The feeling of waking up in a bed that's not yours but still feels right. These are the souvenirs that don't take up space in your luggage, but stay with you long after you've unpacked. Solo travel isn't about being alone. It's about becoming your own best companion. It's about realizing you can find beauty, comfort, connection, and yes, deep joy in your own company. So as you look ahead to planning your next adventure, remember this. The most important itinerary isn't what's written on paper. It's the space you make in your heart to explore, to reflect, and to enjoy your own presence. When we wrap up in the conclusion, I'll walk you through a gentle recap and leave you with a little encouragement to start your own solo journey your way. So here we are, my friend, at the close of a journey about beginning one of your own. We've talked about smart planning, staying safe on the road, immersing yourself in new cultures, balancing budget with comfort, and perhaps most importantly, discovering the quiet magic of your own company. Solo travel after 60 isn't about ticking off destinations. It's about reclaiming freedom. It's about proving to yourself that this chapter, your chapter, is still being written, and beautifully so. Whether it's sipping sweet tea on a southern porch, wandering through a small-town farmer's market, or sitting quietly in a museum you've always wanted to visit, you deserve those moments. Now, if anything in this video struck a chord, maybe a tip you'll try, or just the thought that, yes, I could actually do this, then I hope you'll carry that little spark forward. You don't need to book a flight tomorrow. Maybe it starts with a day trip, a train ride to somewhere you've never been, or even just researching places you've always dreamed about. One step, that's all it takes to begin. And if this video helped plant that seed, it would mean the world to me if you gave it a like, subscribe to Vibrant Elders, and shared in the comments where your heart wants to wander next. You never know, your idea might inspire someone else just like you. Life after 60 isn't about slowing down. It's about moving differently with purpose, curiosity, and joy. Wherever you go, take your courage, your wisdom, and your open heart, because the world is still waiting for you. And it's more beautiful when seen through your eyes. Here's to your next great adventure, one step, one smile, and one unforgettable memory at a time.